Hey sippers, welcome back to the Juicy Gossip video. So Kanye West really misses Donda and he tweeted, I thought about killing myself at least once a month ever since my mom was killed in her surgery. I always blamed myself. Now, I want to add some education also. If you feel somewhat suicidal for any reason, please call an emergency hotline, reach out to a relative, a friend, someone who could try to be there for you or comfort you. Now, I want to say this is really sad because everybody been saying Kanye West is crazy, he's mental, he's going off. And plus, he has been saying a lot of things on Twitter. And I thought to myself, I think this man has never healed over the passing of his mom. And some people would be like, oh, that's a long time. That's like 10 years ago. You need to grow up. The truth is, you will never grow up from a loss, especially losing a parent. You deal with it though. You take your time every single day. You slowly heal, but you will never grow from that pain. So it's really bizarre. And to see, people being so desensitized about people losing a loved one, like to each his own. I've never lost a parent, but I know for sure that would have been so nerve-wracking. That would have been such like a catastrophe to me in my life because, you never want to imagine losing a parent. Now, so just put yourself in Kanye's shoes. But that doesn't give him the right to be ranting and go off. He said a couple of things that I don't agree with. He commented negatively on Ariana Grande's weight. He dragged a Lizzo for her weight and appearance. And you lost your mom, you have children. That doesn't give you a right to be disrespectful to other people in this industry. Now you're dragging Tyler, the creator, to say, he doesn't have memorable songs. You're dragging Kim. And she had to file legal documents because you want to put Northwest on a song with Diddy, allegedly, which is very crazy. Not only that, you're basically beefing with the entire industry and now saying people want to Wendy Williams you. People want to treat you like Wendy Williams. Kanye, nobody wants to treat you like no Wendy Williams. I think you should take accountability and know exactly what to say when you use your social media platforms, because at the end of the day, you're hurting not only people but communities. Like you and these anti-Semitic rants, they're disrespectful. And I don't necessarily think because he is missing his mom, he has the right to be disrespectful to other people. Now, Donda, if you know his mom and the history, she tried to get a cosmetic surgery. She tried to get a boob job, allegedly, and she died, after facing complications after the surgery. Now, my condolences to Kanye. It's never easy. But I want him to understand, would Donda support his actions now? Like, if she were alive, would she be content with his decision, with his actions, things that he's doing right now? And she was a beautiful woman, an educator. She was a woman. And I know for sure her personality was so beautiful. She was always the epitome of a mom, not only to Kanye, but she looks like a mom to all. Like I said, she was an educator. She was a teacher. She was a professor/teacher. And I think she raised Kanye with so much knowledge that he's not using it. And it's sad because hurt people, when they go through a lot of trauma and when they get someone in their life to love them, they don't really understand what is love. They're just at this war, this constant war with themselves and everybody. I pray someone could chime in and try to have a conversation with Kanye, try to walk him through the journey, try to give him some mental health coaching, because this is not beautiful. This is not cute. The man has kids. He has North, Psalm, Chicago, Saint. He has kids that he needs to be there for. And at this point, we need to know, is he okay? Is he going to harm himself? Because he's already crashing out on the internet. And everything that he's doing, he's crying out for help. The man is beefing with the entire social media, beefing with the whole entire industry, beefing with everybody. Nicki Minaj, who was just so in love with Kanye, she doesn't even talk to him anymore because he did something really poor and it was just not a good act. He's treating people who was there for him as if they're not important. He's crashing out, and I think someone needs to save Kanye from Kanye. I blame Kim. I think Kim could not suffer anymore. Like, she could not put up with his actions anymore. Like, she was just so tired. But I think she could have divorced Kanye after she got him help. Don't leave him in an uncompromising situation where he's just miserable, struggling, don't know how to find himself or find his way. You married this man, and when he was so happy, you married him. So I think not because things got rough, you decided to depart. I think she could have at least got some help for him. And after, if she wanted to divorce him. But I think, Kim never really tried as much. And she's not to be blamed for his actions because, of course, he's rude. He's very disrespectful. And I think when he makes certain comments like the man alone should have the last say, I think it's coming from a toxic background. Like, he thinks he's alpha, he's God, and he's controlling. No woman could even give an input. He doesn't take corrections or advice from poor people. Like, those type of self-absorbed attributes, they're destroying his character. And it's disrespectful. Hence why I say, I don't think his mom would approve of his actions. She was just a beautiful person. And I think she would be so upset with him crashing out like this on the internet. But I do really sympathize with him. I think it's the loss of his mom that's really eating him alive. And I really hope he gets some help. Like I said, him doing this on the internet, it really shows nobody could talk to him. Because if he had people in his corner, trying to assist him, giving him advice, then I don't think none of this would happen. But I don't think Kanye has people who he allows to talk to him in his life. I think he shuts everyone up, shuts everyone down. He's a billionaire, so no one could talk to him. And what is going to become of Ye if he continues on this path? I am actually worried. I am worried. Now he's saying they want to 50-51 him. They need to get him to an asylum or get him some help because something is going on. Someone said Bianca should be crushing his pills so he could take his medication. Now, listen, he did say he's autistic, but that doesn't mean that he's, not capable. He's a capable man. He has a brain and it's functioning well. But let me know what y'all think down below in the comment section. Leave a thought, leave a like, share if you care, click on that notification bell, and see you guys some other time. And thank you so much for always sipping with us.